So I'll be out till I die, and I'll grab a mic till I make it overnight, making the world my own. So hold tight, I hope you enjoy the show.
Turning down the lights low, open up the window. Don't you wanna party? Don't you wanna blow smoke? Vanish in the heartbreak. Tell me what the cards say. Give me all the tingles. Tell my witches what's making them weak. Told us that we would never be free. They've been singing the melody wrong. They be in a whole different key.
In the last video, Keanu found 17 pieces of data from 9/11 and the Iraq War that matched up with the prophecy in Ezekiel chapter 39. Now, 9/11 had a massive impact around the world, so surely this prophecy is part of the master plan. I mean, 9/11 was the biggest thing since World War II and certainly the biggest thing in my lifetime. So I'm certain the Apostle John will have written this prophecy into the book of Revelation. And if this prophecy is in the book of Revelation, I'm guessing it would be the third woe. So what do I mean? The Apostle John wrote about 3 woes. The first woe is described in Revelation chapter 9, verses 1 to 12. The second woe is described in Revelation chapter 9, verses 13 to 21, and in chapter 10 and chapter 11. And the third woe is described in chapter 18. Now we already know about the second woe, right? We made a bunch of videos and we explain everything. So let me cut to the chase. The second woe covers World War I, World War II, including the Holocaust, and the state of Israel being born in 1948. And in the videos, we show 15 pieces of data from those historic events that match up with Revelations chapters 9, 10, and 11. It's insanely mad. Now, in this video, I will unpack Revelations chapter 18, which is the third woe. If 9/11 is in the book of Revelation, then I will find it. So Revelations chapter 18 reads, and I'm paraphrasing, Fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a home for demons and a haunt for every evil spirit, a haunt for every unclean and detestable bird. For all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth committed adultery with her. The merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins are piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Mix her a double portion from her own cup. Give her as much torture and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. In her heart she boasts, I sit as queen. I am not a widow, and I will never mourn. Therefore, in one day her plagues will overtake her, death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Lord who judges her. When the kings of the earth see the smoke of her burning, they will weep and mourn over her. They will stand far off and cry, Woe, woe, O great city, city of power. In 1 hour your doom has come. The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her. They will cry out, Woe, woe, O great city, dressed in purple and scarlet, and glittering with gold, precious stones and pearls. In 1 hour, such great wealth has been brought to ruin. Every sea captain and all who travel by ship, the sailors and all who earn their living from the sea, will stand far off. When they see the smoke of her burning, they will exclaim, Was there ever a city like this great city? They will throw dust on their heads, and with weeping and mourning cry out, Woe, woe, O great city! In 1 hour she has been brought to ruin. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder and threw it into the sea, and said, With such violence the great city of Babylon will be thrown down. Your merchants were the world's great men. By your magic spell, all the nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of prophets and saints, and of all who have been killed on the earth. As I said at the beginning, this prophecy is the third woe, which means the climax of the story. So we're talking about a world-shattering event, which 9/11 was. The third woe must take place after the second woe. So after 1948, which 9/11 did, we're talking about a city that rules the kings of the earth, where the merchants are the world's great men who grew rich from her excessive luxuries. This is a great city of power and wealth, which New York is. John figuratively calls this city Babylon. We know it's figurative because this is a modern-day city, but he calls it Babylon because of the practice of idolatry. The Old Testament spells this out. Witchcraft, sorcery, Magic spells, sacred stones, the love of money, her sins are piled up to heaven. I mean, this could be any international city, but certainly New York fits the bill. This is a maritime city. Sea captains, sailors, those who travel by sea. Did you know the port of New York and New Jersey became the busiest port by maritime cargo volume in the United States in 2022? This city was attacked, violently attacked. Verse 21, with such violence, the great city of Babylon will be thrown down. 9/11 is the only great city that matches up with that. But here's the one that gets me. In 1 hour, it happened in 1 hour. In 1 hour, your doom has come. In 1 hour, such great wealth has been brought to ruin. In 1 hour, she has been brought to ruin. The kings will weep when they see the smoke of her burning. The sea captains and sailors, when they see the smoke of her burning. Was there ever a city like this great city? They will throw dust on their heads. With weeping and mourning, with such violence, the great city will be thrown down. 9/11 is the only candidate that I'm aware of that matches up with all of this. What gets me is how specific this prophecy is. I know this because I've seen the data with my own eyes. So I've edited the data into a 10-minute video clip, which we will now play, and I'll highlight key points as we go through it. Okay, let's go.